This is a continuation of our interview with Glynnis Lanier, and she talks about the devastation in the Panhandle that affected all the businesses, communities, and family. Hopefully, this will give you an in-depth perspective on what these people went through.
If you didn't have a chainsaw, you were stuck wherever you were. This yard was like that. We had to cut our way out of here. And then my son got on the Bobcat and he pushed 2 streets out and we could cut through some yards and kind of get around a little bit because we were down in the swamp and we were in a modular / mobile home thing. Well, we didn't build it. So it kept getting stronger. So Ben said, you know, I just don't know about this. He said, I think we better go up there to the old place. So, you know, this place was built in 1904 or something. This thing never budged.
I'll be
during
darned.
the storm. This
never
old house never moved.
Oh my gosh.
Good wood inside.
Yes.
Really?
Well, it was, you know, it's made out of fat liner, and the older it gets, the harder it
Yes,
gets.
It's exactly
true.
what it is.
So we left at the last minute. We just grabbed a couple of things, all our supplies, all our food, everything was down there.
Wow.
Well, after the storm, we try and get back down there. Well, we can't. The trees are like this.
Yeah.
And it's 5 miles down the
Oh,
road.
my
The trees are
gosh.
like that.
Well, I wondered about 98 because when we came,
You couldn't get through 98, you couldn't
Oh,
get
right.
through anywhere.
well, that's what I was thinking. They must have just had to fly over with helicopters and say, well, we'll cut in here and take some out, and at least we'll make this roadway passable. I can't imagine. And no lights.
We
No
were without
electricity.
power for weeks. Weeks. And they were predicting 2 to 3 months. But I'm going to tell you what, these guys' crews came in from everywhere, and those guys worked their butts off and put all this electric back up. I was just really surprised they got it back on when they did. I mean, they really worked their tails
You do a
off.
great job.
Yeah.
You really do. Now you said you feel you've been forgotten. You think the government just goes away, the state government, federal government, you don't hear from them? Is that?
I think, you know, everybody's just forgotten the Panhandle up here. There's not that many people here. We're not big cities here.
That's why
Yeah.
you're so
the
unique.
forgotten ghost, and you've been forgotten
And
again.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. And well, you know, Tyndall Air Force Base was almost completely wiped out too.
I know it.
And they're trying to come back, but even they're having issues trying to come back. They don't have any housing. Almost every building at Tyndall was destroyed or damaged to.
Wow.
Yeah, I had read after that. My grandson just went in the Air Force, so I was paying attention to a lot of Air Force information. Said, "Oh, we'll be back in a year." They're not even maybe 5 years, but
I
there's
wouldn't look
nothing
for
there.
it.
I know,
Then.
but where would they stay in the time that they're trying to get back with, like you say, no housing, no.
It
buildings
takes time to
and-
build a
It
house.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
That's going to withstand any kind of weather.
it's terrible, I'll tell you. But Ben, after the storm was over, we went down there. Were a few people down there trying to cut the road out because there was a bunch of people trapped down the road.
I bet.
My brother was one of them, and we didn't know how he fared. We had no communication. We were back in the dark ages. There were no cell phones, nothing. I mean, no communication. Law enforcement, hospitals, none of them could communicate. And they were down there, Ben said, with toy chainsaws.
Oh yeah.
So about 10 o'clock, they all left. They just quit cutting and left. So Ben got his chainsaws and went down there by himself, which he shouldn't have done because he's too old and his health was too bad. But he cut trees, and I'm talking giant pine trees,
Oh, Lord.
until 2 o'clock in the morning to cut a trail through just wide enough we could get our vehicles through,
Jeez.
to get us back down there where we could have a bed to sleep in and food and, you know,
Oh my
water,
gosh.
and I mean, we just didn't have anything up here.
Wow. Oh.
It looks like, to me, when these things happen, there should be government agencies and there should be small cities of these people to help everybody and organize this and get supply, but they're not.
Well, the people who make the decisions should have to live through it.
Right.
Well,
And
that's
then
government.
they'll
Yeah.
understand what you need.
Exactly.
They sent National Guard guys in here. These young boys, they were still wet behind the ears. Sent them in, no chainsaws, no nothing.
Oh my gosh.
They couldn't do anything. So why were they here? They sent them in, they had no tools to work with.
For the media. We've sent
Yeah, the National
the
Guard's
National
on the
Guard in, and so everybody starts thinking, oh gosh, I'm so glad there's somebody
When
there
they
to
know
help
a
'em.
storm like that's coming, they should stage people everywhere
Exactly.
with chainsaws
Right.
and bulldozers.
road.
Right.
And dump trucks. and
Because you
everything.
need those immediately to get people out.
Right. That's what I was thinking. Jim and I were thinking when we were on the beach road, I'll call it. But how did the people whose houses weren't totally destroyed get home back in there where there was no way to get to them? Did they make temporary roads to
It
get
was
them in there? It
days
was
before
just,
they, could clear just a little trail to get a vehicle through to get to the beach. And you'd have to go off the side of the road some places and back this way. And I mean, people were it was individuals mostly who cleared these roads. They just go through and cut, something just wide enough to get vehicles through, and it was just like one-way traffic.
Yeah, but you get back there to where you live, there's no power or water.
yeah.
So it's, where you go back to it.
Well, they
assess
had
what
to
you
get,
need.
emergency stuff in down there to the beach.
Yeah.
I mean,
So-
people stayed.
Oh,
No, not me.
oh,
Yes, we had several neighbors that stayed.
oh my.
What are you thinking?
And it's
Oh.
like, and I had several come ask me. They said, well, are y'all going to stay? What do you think? I said, no. Well, you think we could stay? And I said, no, you don't stay.
Right.
Get out.
Right.
They can't get to you when it happens.
Right.
There's a lot
Yeah.
of people down there, they're not from Florida.
Oh,
And
yeah,
they've only
that's
been
true.
here 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
And they don't really know.
Right. How bad it can
And
get.
I'm like, no, you don't stay. Get out.
I know. We've gone. Well, we left with Matthew as well, and then it changed its mind and came your way. And this was the second time I had done it, and I thought, they said, well, and I said, packing up my paper stuff, putting it in the back of my car, loading it up, going to my brother's, which was in town, and he had a generator. You don't mess with this. The people say, oh yeah, and
Well,
then
let
the
me tell
younger
you something. A
people,
storm like that, you're not even safe inland.
Well, see, and that's what we thought.
we saw.
I'm telling
yeah.
you, you're not. This thing went all the way up through Calhoun County, Jackson County, Mariana. You know where Mariana is?
Yeah.
Mariana was devastated.
Oh,
That far
my
in.
word,
Yes,
because we
it went
kept
all
saying,
the way up into Georgia. It was still a Cat 3.
oh my gosh.
Wow.
Well, we saw all of that coming in, whichever way the trees and all the stuff, and because a lady who told us about it said the water came in a mile. So Jim and I are driving, and we can see all of this just horrible.
We kept thinking it would end. There's be a little. I said, well, there's a few trees.
Yeah, it looks
then we go
better.
around the corner.
And they
and
were
there's
all
this
snapped
rubble
in the
everywhere.
houses and where they got them out to the road. And I said, this has gone on for miles.
I'm telling you, go through Panama City, Lynn Haven. It's just, it's
Wow.
sad. I'm telling you, it's sad.
Wow.
I just, every time you see it, you just want to cry, no matter how many times you've
Yeah.
seen
I
it.
bet. I bet. Yes, this lady told us, she said, it'll just make you cry. And when I saw
It
it, I
will.
thought, oh my Lord, I cannot believe it. I cannot believe it.
What we're saying, okay, there's some people rebuilding. I look at the south and it's still regular old 2x4s. I'd be putting up steel beams if I was putting them, but at my age, I don't have the energy to even, if something happened to my home where I'm at the beach, They can rebuild it off. I don't have the energy to do it or stay or
Yeah.
whatever anymore.
Oh yeah, it's overwhelming. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
it is just overwhelming.
And not to be able to get the help that you need, the contractors, the people
Yeah.
who aren't there to make, take advantage of
Yep.
you is extremely difficult.
Well, let us let you get back to work.
Okay, well, it's
Thank
good to
you
see
so
y'all.
much.
Thank
Mhm.
you.
We
Appreciate
think about
it.
you.
Thank
Uh-huh.
you. And Jim will
This
get-
was just a small capsule of the devastation felt by everyone in the Panhandle. I hope this gave you a clearer view of the destruction and how they were affected. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe to our channel.